Following a proper hand washing technique and wearing gloves is your best defense against infection. You may be familiar with the term hand washing. It has now been expanded to include a variety of activities to protect yourself and others from the spread of infection. The new term is hand hygiene. This includes hand washing with soap and water, using alcohol-based hand rubs, and proper glove use. Most infections are spread from hand contact, not just with infected residents, but with everything they touch. We recommend that you routinely clean your hands before and after your shift or break, before and after you have direct contact with residents, after having contact with body fluids, wounds, or broken skin, after you touch equipment or furniture near the patient, after removing gloves, after using the restrooms, after sneezing or coughing, after touching your hair, face, or clothing, after picking up hazardous material and trash, after touching anything that might contaminate your hands. We recommend you use the following steps when washing your hands. Prepare for hand washing by removing large jewelry and placing it in your pocket. Rings with large stones should not be worn in healthcare or food service settings because they have the potential to spread infections. Adjust water to a warm temperature and thoroughly wet hands. The force of the water should be moderate to avoid splashing. Apply a small amount of soap to hands. Rub hands together with friction for a minimum of 15 seconds, creating a lather covering all surfaces of the hands, fingers, and 2 inches above the wrist. Pay close attention to areas underneath fingernails. Natural nail length should be kept to 1/4 of an inch. Rinse hands under running water. Hold hands in a downward position, rinsing thoroughly. Use paper towels to dry hands. Using the same paper towels, turn off the faucet. Dispose of the paper towels. If your hands become dry, cracked, or irritated from hand hygiene, you should use a moisturizing lotion. These CDC studies suggest that alternatives to hand washing, such as alcohol gels and rubs, are the most effective at dramatically reducing the spread of infections. When using an alcohol gel, apply a half teaspoon of gel to the palm of your hand and rub hands together. Cover all surfaces of your hands and fingers, including areas around and under your fingernails. Continue rubbing your hands together for at least 15 seconds until the alcohol dries. To use the alcohol foam, place a small amount in one hand. Rub your hands together vigorously, spreading the foam 1/2 inch above the wrist until dry. Your gloves will be difficult to put on if the alcohol has not dried completely. Gloves must be worn when healthcare workers have contact with blood or other body fluids. The same pair of gloves must never be worn for the care of more than one resident. We recommend food service workers wear gloves when preparing raw meat, chicken, or fish, beginning a new task, moving to a new workstation. Gloves should not be washed or reused. Working with fresh produce. Working with cooked or ready-to-eat products. Gloves should not be worn near high heat sources. In your food service operations, we recommend soap and water and good glove technique rather than using alcohol-based products. We recommend housekeeping workers wear gloves when sorting and loading soiled linen into washers, cleaning bathrooms, washing anything in a resident's room, emptying trash and removing medical waste, spot cleaning carpets. Let's review the key points of hand hygiene. Hand washing is just not soap and water anymore. Due to the prevalence of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, we must extend the traditional hand washing technique to an advanced level of hand hygiene. We guided you step by step through the hand hygiene process for alcohol rubs and gels, soap and water, plus proper glove wearing procedures. Every workday, you give of yourself, providing excellent resident care. Do something selfish. Make frequent hand hygiene your first priority on the job.